The Walking Dead, I think, is our main kind of zone that we looked at and thought, this is great because this is modern zombies. A lot of the inspirations are pulled from the movie because we are trying to match the movie as much as possible, but there's been so much more to a modern zombie than there was when Night of the Living Dead first came out. And for us, we're like, hey, let's do a hanging jaw. Hey, let's do missing eyeballs. Hey, let's do this, that, and the other. So I think The Walking Dead is probably our most inspirational piece that we look at.
My name's Jordan Oss. I'm makeup supervisor for the entire show, and that means managing the crew and taking over the cast's makeup and designing and coming up with prosthetic ideas, all that jazz that relates to makeup. So we have 3 different generations for zombies. We have Generation 1, which is the ones that were affected by radiation. If you've ever seen Night of the Living Dead, it actually explains that there was a probe out in space and it hit Earth, and it affects the different kinds of zombies. The first gen is the living ones, and that means that they were affected, and it means that they're still alive, they're still living, but they don't really require a ton of makeup considering they only have veins. They're just paled out, looking really sick. So that's pretty much the easiest generation to do. Generation 2 is the gen that kind of had something happen to them. They were affected as far as injuries go, so bites from another zombie, or being in an accident, or anything related to accidents, or being affected by another zombie. They have a prosthetic. Some people do, some people don't, and again, that requires veins, that requires paling out. My makeup baby is Christopher, and I do his makeup all the time. And he requires a ton of makeup. He had a broken jaw and he's considered a greaser. He is probably the biggest makeup to-do in the show. He requires a prosthetic, he requires a ton of layers of different makeup, he requires splatter and blood and dirt, and a lot of work goes into it. Even just designing the jaw and figuring out how we were gonna make it work or even look realistic was really hard. We actually have a really awesome guy, part of our crew, that's not here, but his name's Chris Baker, and he requires a ton of work to work on all the prosthetics. He made half of the prosthetics for the entire show. So he got to make the broken jaw that I do, and that took a really long time, but finally when we got it, we were so excited, and I decided to give it to Christopher, and it actually really worked for his character. I really enjoy working on all the different cast members and doing all the different makeups, even just the process of coming up with everything, all the designs, and distributing the different prosthetics to each actor was really fun, and just getting to know each actor while you do their makeup is amazing. And just having everything come to life as far as designs go, and as far as figuring out the different makeups, you really do get to see like the movie be put on stage and have it come to life. So that's really fun.